3, 2, 1. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. Bread and butter coming to you now. Spreading the daily drama to your Monday afternoon. Tim Strong, Tanner Nava, Taylor Enns, Sam Delgado, Richard Andal. I'm Zach Ferber. You get 6 for the price of 1 today.
Honestly, you just touched my head, and I'm really upset about it.
Sorry, Adrian Beltre.
Oh, yeah. Not scream at me.
That was a good reference. Adrian Beltre.
Thank you. I was watching 30 for 30 on our what is that on MLB Network? The 30 clubs in 30 days? Yeah. I was watching that.
He's attractive, so I don't care.
Zach or Adrian Beltre?
Yes.
All right. We hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We're coming back with sports. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend, but we'll jump right into it now with some COC news. Last game for the baseball team, the Cougars dominated Golden West College 18-2. Yeah, I'm not making that up. 18-2.
I went to that game, and I left in, like, the second inning, and I think it was, like, 5-0 already, something like that.
I left in the 6th.
I was like, well, this game's over, and I got class, so bye, Jesse.
Yeah. Notables from this game, Calvin Estrada 4 for 5 with 4 RBIs. First baseman Blake Dormus, 6 RBIs, going 3 for 5.
He
Unbelievable.
also had 2 home runs.
Yeah, he had 2 home runs that game. The winning pitcher for College of the Canyons, Jacob Lopez, he improves to 3-1. He went 6 innings, struck out 10, only gave up 1 earned run on 5
That guy
hits.
is pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good if you ask me.
He's definitely better than any of the pitchers they had last year.
He's their best pitcher this year for sure.
And you know what's funny? I'm looking at this right now. College of the Canyons, 9-1 at home, 0-6 on the road.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time. But they do have a lot of close games at home and on the road, though.
Looking at the schedule, I mean,
this one was not close.
This one wasn't, but like for the most part, they're not being blown out, and they're not. Aside from this game, they're not really blowing people out.
no, they've been close games, 1 run, maybe 4 runs at the most, except this 18-2 domination of Golden West. Thursday, March 8th, if you're in the Barstow area, support our College of the Canyons.
Why are you in the Barstow area?
You never know.
That's like on the way to Vegas, right?
I
Yeah,
guess.
it literally is.
That's the only reason I can imagine.
That's a long, long drive, and it's also a conference game.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is the first one? It is.
Yeah, it is the first one. So not like it's very likely to happen, but if you're in the Barstow area,
If you're about
please-
to go gamble,
If you're about to go-
Go to the Barstow area to watch some COC baseball.
Yes.
do it.
not because you're gonna waste your life away.
Or Saturday, they're at home.
It's not like
The bottom of a
Not
mirage.
if you win the gamble, then you have more money than you started
it's
with.
not like your house mortgage is dependent on it.
What's up, random guy?
So some random guy coming in.
I
on a live
actually
shot.
work with that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see you and like, I have to say hi to Tanner.
I don't know, but I actually work with him. That's
Tanner,
kind of funny.
can you take the doorstop out?
Yeah, hey, let's take that doorstop out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go ahead and tell your coworker he's a piece of shit for.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say, Johnny,
How dare you?
you walked in the middle of our podcast.
Of a recording, and it's
Yeah.
all your fault.
what the heck is wrong with you? Anyway, that's not the only College of the Canyons team that's just purely dominating another school. The softball team beat LA Valley College 19-1 in 5 innings.
These Cougars are coming out swinging.
Exactly.
Swagging.
Sienna Vinoy had 4 RBIs.
She played last year. She was really good
She
last year,
did,
too.
yeah.
What's Katie Ty? Sorry if I butcher that. 6-3 on the year, went 3 innings, gave up one run on 2 hits. It was a when did they score all of these runs? It was in the 3rd inning.
Jesus.
2nd and 3rd inning, they were
It's
just
pretty
on the
interesting.
board.
They were down at one point, 1-0.
Yeah, they were losing 1-0, and they got their act
So
together.
then they rallied off 19 straight.
Yeah, they got their act together quick and put 19 on the board.
I don't like that whole 1-0 thing. I'm gonna turn it around.
But
Oh,
they
yeah.
are undefeated in conference play right now.
Let's go.
Exactly. 9-8 on the year, 3-0 in conference. On a 2-game winning streak. Their game that was supposed to be on Saturday, March 3rd, was actually canceled due to inclement weather. So they'll be playing West LA College here at home. That's a conference game Thursday, March 8th. So if you are here in Santa Clarita and you want to see a great softball team, come out and support the Cougars.
time does it start? 2?
2:30.
2:30. 2:30.
2:30.
Perfect time to go to the dentist.
Yeah.
Tim, he's going to the
I'm
dentist.
going to the dentist, unfortunately.
Rip.
Lastly, men's golf.
They rip out your teeth.
In their last event, that took place back on February 26th. They placed in first. They've placed first in every event so far this year except for one. So let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Into the
5.
foe. Snoop Doggy.
5 out of 6 events they've placed first in. They'll be playing the SoCal Preview hosted by Bakersfield at Bakersfield Country Club.
The one event they didn't get first in, they got third, and they lost by
Few strokes.
7 strokes. Wait, no, 4. Wait, math is hard.
You got this.
They lost by 8 strokes
8 strokes. Yeah.
to
I
Ventura.
had to count like backwards because
Golf is different. So March 5th, if you're in Bakersfield and you want to see some great men's golf, highly suggest you go to the Bakersfield Country Club. So it's more than likely they're going to get first place if they've gotten first place in 5 of the 6.
Yeah.
What
See-
if they don't do well now?
Then I blame you.
You're gonna be like Bill McDonald
They'll have no one to blame but themselves.
from the Lakers. He always likes to say, and they haven't missed a free throw yet, and then they missed the free throw.
he does that on purpose.
Yeah. I agree with you. Whatever. It's whatever now. Let's move on to the association. Lakers last time out, big 116-112 win over the Spurs. They're 2-0 in the season series. However, they do not have Brandon Ingram. He's out for a week with a strained left hip.
Ooh.
What do you guys make of the, 25-9 run in the fourth quarter?
I make that Alonzo Ball was clutch in the stretch and is actually not that bad at shooting as we thought.
Come to the conclusion, should not have dropped Lonzo Ball on my fantasy
Did you
team.
see the shots he was taking? Most of them were pretty like uncontested, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were good shots.
It's because like they didn't respect his shooting.
But I'm not gonna be mad at him for taking a smart shot.
I'm not gonna be
Take
mad at
the
him. He
open
made them
shots,
Also,
and he's starting to make them. So
But I'm
people are
saying,
actually
yeah.
gonna start.
I'm saying the fact that he's starting to make them means that his shots won't be as open anymore. I think.
It won't, but in college he wasn't as much. He didn't shoot the ball from 3 as much as he does now. So I feel like if people start closing out on him when he's shooting the 3, we'll start to see him drive a little bit more, and we'll see more of his passing, which we still kind of see, but he's just not as aggressive, I think, as he was in college. And I think if people start to close out on him more now when he shoots, we'll see that. Kind of like how we saw in the Summer League.
Oh, yeah. And not to mention he had 3 threes in the fourth quarter to help that run going. And I was reading along the lines that he's finding his form in that shot that everybody has been so critiqueful of.
Although we can't talk about the fact that he lost a shooting contest to Bow Wow.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He won.
He lost.
He lost.
Ball
Nah,
lost.
3-0. Is that what that's what he said? They interviewed him.
Bow Wow won.
No.
He just doesn't want to admit it,
Lonzo was like, "No, I won. It wasn't even close."
Yeah. What else is he?
Lonzo's
Yeah,
a hustler. He's letting
No,
everyone
of
know. He's
course
like,
my dad doesn't
Bow Wow's
bother
really
me.
good.
Let's also give a little credit to where credit's due. Julius Randle has definitely been one of the key players for the Lakers in this 5-game winning streak of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
They've been winning a lot of games, and he's been one of the key parts for them, in my opinion.
You guys wanted to trade him.
We
Not
did.
gonna lie, I had my doubts about Randall. going
It's
into
not
this
that I
year.
have my doubts about Randall. Like, I definitely think he is a very talented player. The problem is he's going to get paid very highly by somebody. And I don't think that it's going to be the Lakers. And so my theory behind trading him wasn't he's not good, let's get rid of him. It's we're probably going to lose him regardless. So do you want to get something for him, or do you want to just let him walk in free agency? That's why I wanted to trade him. It wasn't really about he's not good. Because I definitely think he's like all around a better player than Larry Nance Jr. I just think Larry Nance Jr. probably long-term would fit better there and would be significantly cheaper.
I agree with
That was
that.
my theory about it.
Why didn't you just say that first time?
We weren't talking. We weren't live during the trade deadline.
True.
We didn't have our podcast going, so I couldn't really.
I can't remember
Say
when
it.
we are or are not
Sorry, I don't
live.
text you every day and tell you my ideas, Taylor.
Yeah, you should start.
sorry,
doing that.
Dad.
Sorry.
Well, this morning I had a bowl of oatmeal and 2 cups of coffee.
Very hearty.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's
I
on
got a
one.
little crazy.
He's on one.
Yeah, I could tell.
The Clippers, on the other hand, they barely escaped the Brooklyn Nets, 123-120. Tobias Harris, 26 points. Austin Rivers, game high 27. Lou Will, 21 off the bench. But this is a tough Western Conference, and we all knew that was going to happen.
Top in the East.
The 8th through the 10th spots, as we were all looking,
11th, right?
11th too,
Yeah.
are all very close knit.
Sure. Yeah, let's put the 11th in there. Sure, why not?
Why not?
No, I thought that the
They're only
11th.
5 games back from 10, but you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Lakers, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were closer than that.
No.
If I'm being honest, but
Let's see.
You wish.
The-
In your mind, they were. Yeah.
The Nuggets hold the 8th spot. The Clippers are a half game back. The Jazz are 2 games back, and the Lakers are, let's see,
4.5.
4.5 from
5.5.
yeah.
I can't do math right now.
You're screwing me up. They're 5.5 back from the 8th seed. So this the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11 are somewhat.
if you really
Pretty
want
close.
to get crazy, the 3rd through the 10th seed is pretty
No, from the 8th
close.
seed.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
The 3rd seed could easily miss the playoffs.
that would be the Portland Trailblazers.
I don't think they will. I'm not saying
Wait, what do
that.
you mean miss the playoffs?
If you look at
you look at the standings.
the standings,
Holy
third
moly.
the
Yeah,
third
it's
is
all
only
close.
3.5, 4 games ahead of the 10th seed.
I'm worried about the Spurs right now. I mean, they're
The Spurs are
2-8 in their last 10.
definitely. I wouldn't want to say a disaster. Coach Popovich is one of the best coaches in the NBA and by far maybe NBA history.
Maybe in sports history.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty up there.
Definitely.
But I feel like the Spurs right now are just hoping to cling on to a playoff spot until Kawhi gets back. I feel like
what I was
that's
thinking.
kind of what their goal is. But at the same time, you see a lot of rumors that he might not even come back this year and that he doesn't really want to play with the current team that the
Yeah.
Spurs have. So, I mean, I definitely, out of those teams, those are one of the teams that should be a little bit nervous.
I agree. And the Spurs could also lose Kawhi to the Lakers come free agency when that happens.
Is there anyone that isn't rumored to go to the Lakers?
Yeah,
Everybody's
right?
supposed to go to the Lakers.
Lakers are about to be like crazy as fuck, dude.
It was PG first, and then now it's LeBron, and then it was a bunch of other people. Kawhi now.
Let-
Now we got
Klay
Isaiah.
Thompson,
Like, let's
let's
go,
keep-
dude. We're
let's-
starting off.
Let's just put it out right now. Let's start with you, Tim. They have 2 max contracts, right?
Yes.
Two players that are going to get the max from the Lakers. Let's just put that out there. Tim, let's start
Any
with
of
you.
them?
Any.
I would want Kawhi and Klay Thompson if possible, but I think it'll end up being Klay Thompson and Paul George.
Okay.
Oh,
Is
Tanner?
this who we want or who we think?
Who we want?
both.
Who we want?
We can do both. Who we want,
Do,
who we
do a
think.
little both.
If I'm being
Like
realistic,
who do you want?
Give a little mix.
Yeah.
Give one who you want, one who you think.
Yeah.
okay, want and think Paul George.
Okay.
Want but don't really think LeBron James.
You want LeBron? James?
Think
LeBron
but don't
James?
think is
Think of all the
possible but don't
baggage
really
that comes with
want
LeBron.
is DeMarcus
I
Cousins.
think LeBron will come.
I don't think he'll come.
Didn't he just buy a house here?
I think he's always had a
Okay,
house.
name one professional athlete who doesn't have a house in Southern California
Philip Rivers actually doesn't have a house in Southern California.
No,
anymore.
he does. He has one in San Diego.
Ooh.
It's
Oh,
in
yeah.
Southern California.
Yeah, that is Southern California.
You done
It's
goof,
like
son.
North Mexico
goofed.
is actually what it is. but-
Mexico.
Zach, go.
Want Paul George because that's definitely the obvious choice.
I met him.
Yeah. Think probably DeMarcus Cousins. That's just what I
That's who you
think.
think we're gonna get.
I think he'll come.
Oh, I want that. No, switch
Yeah,
that,
okay,
switch
so
that,
you
switch
think-
that.
no,
Yeah.
I
I
think Paul
don't.
George
I don't
will
want DeMarcus Cousins, but
Especially
I
after
think
he
he'll
got hurt,
come.
I don't
Do you
want him.
think DeMarcus will come?
I think so.
I think he's gonna stay.
I think he probably will stay. But just of those names that are rumored to the Lakers, I think he's one of the more likely ones because he's been rumored to them for a while. He did have interest at one point in coming to them, but he couldn't because he had to be traded. And I don't know. I feel like I don't feel like he's sold on the Pelicans right now. Aside from Anthony Davis, there's not a lot to be hopeful.
But at the same
for.
time, like, having Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins is a good base to build on. Around
It
them.
is, but they have to make sure that DeMarcus Cousins is going to stay there.
Well, if he stays, then it's pretty
That's
easy to
an
build
if,
around
though.
it.
I'm saying DeMarcus Cousins is. This is how I look at it. He's going to look at it like, well, if somebody comes, then I'm going to stay. But the people are going to say, well, if he doesn't stay, I'm not going to come.
Well, yeah.
So they're just going to play that chess match, and then you're just going to see, well, who signs first. And that's why I think if he's not there, why do you want to go to New Orleans, honestly?
Anthony Davis.
Well, Anthony Davis, I'm pretty sure, doesn't really want to be there that
Probably
much
not,
anymore. So what do you get? 2 years with Anthony Davis as a 6th seed in the West to get bounced first round, and then that's it?
If they keep DeMarcus Cousins, though, and then build around that, it's very appealing to want to go to New Orleans.
And that's what I'm saying.
So you don't think it'll happen?
It's all about who signs where first.
Well, no, duh. It's an if.
But that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to wait it out.
Okay.
He's going to wait it out, and then they're going to say, well, I don't want to go there if DeMarcus isn't there. And then I think they're going to go somewhere else, and then eventually he's going to say, well, this isn't a good option for me.
The Pelicans have also won 8 in a row.
They have.
And
Without DeMarcus Cousins.
without DeMarcus Cousins, but Drew Holiday has definitely been stepping it up in that absence. But nobody's as hot as the Houston Rockets at 15.
Maybe he'll go to Houston.
Do you think anyone can beat Houston or Golden State in the playoffs?
In the West?
No.
No, it's going to come down to them.
I still favor Golden State in the 7-game series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd go with that
Can
too.
anyone beat Houston at all?
What if
Golden
Kawhi
State.
comes
Golden
back healthy?
State, yeah.
If Kawhi comes back
I don't
healthy,
think the Spurs
no.
can. I don't think they're on the same level. And even if they were, they won't have time to build the same kind of chemistry.
I would be surprised if Kawhi came back at all, but even if he did, I still don't think they would make it past the second round.
Who knows? I mean, to be honest with
I
you,
don't.
they say the West is the most wild conference in the NBA, but
Wild Wild West, homie.
Wild West. But really, to be honest with you, it's gonna just come down to Houston, Golden State.
Yeah.
The East might, I don't know. I feel like the East might be a little more surprising.
I like Boston in the East.
I like Boston a lot too. Gordon Hayward is not expected to come back
No.
though, according to Coach Stevens.
I don't think they expected him to come back.
But are you guys very high on Toronto? They've been in first place for
I'm
a
not as
lot
high
of the
as them.
season.
I'm not as high as them as I am on Boston.
Yeah, I would say.
But would you take would you take Cleveland over Toronto?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh,
I would.
I don't know. That'd be tough.
I would root for Toronto. I want them to win.
I would
But I
because
think
since
Cleveland would win.
since 2010, I've heard that this is going to be the team to beat LeBron James.
James.
I've heard that since 2010, and it's yet to happen.
I
But
think it's gonna happen.
I think Boston's that team.
You think this is a year?
I think this is the year. I don't want to talk about the West right now, but
We're just talking about the East.
I know. Well, I'm done talking about the West, but I think this Toronto team is definitely the team that could beat. I was about to say the Indians, the Cavaliers, but definitely not Boston.
The thing about this Toronto team, what is different since the past?
I was gonna say.
Not a whole heck of a lot.
They're winning.
Besides team chemistry and maybe just obviously just getting along well in the locker room and this and that. Cleveland's not, I don't think Cleveland, even with their revamped roster, I don't think they're gonna beat Toronto. I mean, they lost to who the hell did they just lose to? They just lost. My laptop is about to die.
Was
So
it
I
Philly?
can't. They did lose to Philly.
They did.
And Philadelphia is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
I
But
don't know. I as much as I'm not a fan of LeBron James, I've learned that he's just one
they're
of the
just
players
good.
you just can't
Yeah.
doubt. It's like
No,
Tom
it's-
Brady. It's
Yeah,
like
it's like Tom Brady.
even if you don't like him, just as a sports fan, you have to respect them and what they've done. And to me, when I look at Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, those are like all-star players, and they're good players, but they're not superstars. They're not LeBron James. They're not Kevin
DeRozan's
Durant.
a superstar.
the Cavaliers
No.
lost to the Nuggets.
I would definitely would not
He's not-
because I could.
think he's
There's
underappreciated, for
still
sure.
3 or 4 shooting guards that are better than him.
Name them.
Okay, this might take a second. For sure. Okay, James Harden. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Give me teams. Give me some teams.
For
Klay Thompson's a way
Yeah.
better two guard,
Okay.
a two-way
I will
two-way
give
guard
you
than
those
he is.
two.
He is.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler's better,
He's hurt though.
but he's still a better player when healthy.
Okay.
So there's 3 right there. I said what, 4? Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe 3 better than him.
Okay.
I don't think that
I'll
you're.
give you those three.
I don't think that you're a superstar if there's 3 people better than. There's probably about 10 to 15 superstars in
Oh, so you're
in the NBA.
doing that thing where
like the top
you're doing
top
that
of the
elite
top.
thing.
Yeah, I don't think he's elite. And that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like right now with the way the league is with the superstars and the super teams and all this stuff, I don't think that a team like Toronto could beat a team that has still to me the best player in the league. That's just my opinion, but I mean, at the same time, I think right now the Celtics can.
I think they can too.
My whole thing is Kyle Lowry going to show up? I mean, the last 2 playoffs against the Cavs, he just hasn't showed up against the Cavs.
Yeah. And they haven't done well in the playoffs historically the past couple of years.
I mean, in the East, the past couple of years, it's been no one but Cleveland anyway.
But they were the 3 seed last year, and they lost to the 6 seed, which was the Wizards.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of
That's
you have
not
home
good.
you have home court advantage, and you still lose.
They're just one. They seem like one of those teams who are just like they're good regular season teams, but once the playoffs start, they can't perform.
They're like the Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bengals. That's a great comparison. The Bengals are. We're not even gonna get into football, but I love that comparison.
The Red Rifle.
The Red Rifle.
I like how the Dodgers used to be.
Don't even get me started.
Don't even.
Don't get me started, buddy. I want to talk about the just briefly the Milwaukee Bucks 21 to nothing run over Philadelphia. There was a picture I saw on Instagram. It was Ben Simmons, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid standing next to each other. And their caption was, "These 3 players are gonna like rack in millions of dollars in the future."
I love those 3 players.
Those 3 players,
are
in,
really good.
in my opinion, are the future of the league, and that's a safe thing to say. Wouldn't you agree?
I put Cat over Embiid, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
and Porzingis over Embiid.
You don't think
at
Embiid?
the center.
Okay, but
At
you don't
the
think Embiid's gonna be like He's gonna be like a future star. I mean, he's already made a name for himself.
He has.
I think he's gonna be a hell of a player.
I think he's gonna be
I
a
honestly,
future handy-capable person because he's gonna keep getting hurt.
That's my worry with him is if he
I like how
can
you
stay
said
healthy. or
handy
not.
capable.
if he can stay
Is that a
healthy.
word?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
he's not
We
going to
just
get
made it
any
up.
better if they don't start practicing him eventually. He's just going to stay on the same level that he's at right now.
I think if
I do like Cat though.
I like Cat a lot too. And I honestly think the 76ers and the Timberwolves are going to be teams that can
Are kind of the future
Yeah.
teams with their
Yeah.
players. But if I'm the 76ers, this is just my opinion, but I'm putting like a lot of people say like the process is like Embiid, like he's kind of what, trusting the process. To me, I'm putting
Marco Fultz.
it on Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Like I think he's going to be their best player.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons
I
is
agree.
definitely
I
going to be
agree.
their best player.
I think he's already their best player.
But that's the thing is like he didn't make the All-Star game even after like 3 or
All-Star
4
game's a
people didn't
popularity
make it.
contest. Doesn't matter.
It is, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are like, well, no, it's Embiid. Like he's gonna be the best player on
more
their
popular.
team. But that's what I'm saying. Like I think Ben Simmons is going to be that. I think he's gonna
Do you
be
think
the
he's
best
already
player
their best player?
all around. Yeah, he's just not the best scorer on their team. Embiid's the better
He's just
scorer.
not a shooter. Once he develops his jump shot, he'll be.
If he develops a jump
If
shot.
he develops his jump shot, but even still, I think he's their best player by pretty good margin.
Some games to watch out for around the league tonight. The Lakers will be taking on the Portland Trail Blazers and in search of their 6th win in a row. I think that could
Pretty
happen.
long
It's gonna be
search.
tough.
Portland's the
It'll be
3
tough.
seed in the West right now.
Yep. And like we all said, the 3rd through the 10th seed are like,
Wide open.
yeah,
They could lose and go to the 6th seed or something like
exactly. Something like that could happen.
Let me see.
Pistons and Cavaliers. The Pistons are vying for the last spot in the Eastern Conference, while the Cavaliers are looking just to win again. I think they're on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Denver the other night. Let's see what else we got here. That's about it. Unless you're very interested in the Celtics and Bulls,
That'll be close.
something like that.
In the first quarter.
In the first 5 minutes.
It'll be close at tip-off. You know what I mean?
So they're 2 games separating the 3 seed and the 8th seed in the West right now.
There you go.
That's
If the
pretty wild.
Lakers do win, the Lakers win, well, I have lied. Closed down the games tonight, but they could
stir up
jump.
some controversy.
Yeah, they could jump up a spot. I think they could jump past
I think they're like 4 or 5 games back.
Utah's in
It's
front of them,
Nuggets
and
and
Utah's
Utah.
still 3.5 games ahead.
And Utah's playing tonight, I think.
But I
against the
mean, they
Magic.
definitely could mix up how the standings are gonna
Yeah.
go. And I mean, obviously, they're not out of it.
No.
It's unlikely, but they're not out of it.
6.5 out of a playoff spot right now. With
Stranger things have
20
happened.
games, I think. 20
What's the
games.
last day? What's like the last game of the regular season?
It's towards the. It's about a month. It's like towards the end of April.
They have exactly 20 games left.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened. I'm going to transition it now to baseball. And some light news. Ichiro finalizing a deal to
going
come
home.
back to the Mariners,
Ichiro.
where he started, the hit king.
He's 44.
Wow.
Also, this is for Taylor. The Rays finalized
Pete
a
Rose is
one-year
the hit
deal
king.
for Carlos Gomez. The 32-year-old batted .255, 17 home runs, 51 RBIs, and 105 games for the Rangers last year.
Yeah, he didn't have that many at bats.
He's gonna-
pretty good, but
He's going to play right field because now Souza Jr. is
Souza's
gone.
we have Kiermaier and Smith in the outfield, but Carlos Gomez has got a bit of an attitude to his name, so
I remember the one All-Star game. It was probably a couple years ago when he popped up and he started yelling at Salvador Perez for catching the pop-up. Like, what do you expect him
he
to
breaks
do?
a lot of bats.
Yeah,
that
that-
guy.
Gomez can make $1 million depending on how many games he plays
And
in the
that's like-
season. He played 105, so right now his contract's set at $500,000. So it's
Yeah.
the minimum.
$1 million to the Rays is like $1 billion to the Yankees. So
It's a lot.
let's hope
right
that
there.
doesn't happen for them, because otherwise he's just out of there, traded.
Also in light news, Cardinals infielder Paul DeJong, 6-year, $26 million extension. I only bring this up because he is it's the largest deal for any player with less than 1 year of MLB service.
So he's a rookie still.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
He came up as part of the towards the end of the season.
September call-up.
Yeah. And he made a great name for himself. He finished second behind Cody Bellinger in the Rookie of the Year voting and is expected to be the everyday shortstop going forward. So I think if we finish second in Rookie of the Year, so I think this is
Yeah.
in terms his first year.
Yeah.
Like his real first year of MLB service.
He had 25 home runs last year.
Yes,
Yeah,
did.
he hit the
So,
cover off the
hit
ball.
285, not bad.
Congrats
People
to
aren't even
him.
really talking about St. Louis in the Central, which is kind of weird because historically they've always been like the best team, but now the Cubs kind of have that spot.
I feel like they
People
don't
are
have a lot
hyping
of
up the
star power
Brewers.
anymore.
I feel like the
Yeah.
Cardinals are
'Cause they still have Yadier Molina and
he's
Adam
gonna retire.
Wainwright, but they're so old now that it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they got Ozuna.
Yeah,
they did get Ozuna, and they have Dexter Fowler.
So who would be the Cardinals' best player right now? Would it be
Ozuna.
Ozuna?
Freaking Ozuna or the
DeJong.
DeJong guy. He's
I
really.
mean, they have Colton Wong still, I think, who's decent.
Yeah, Colton Wong's a good second baseman. He has his ups and downs, but I think he could be a very good second baseman. Also, going to the NL West, our favorite team, well,
Not
mainly mine and Tanner's,
No,
Sam's.
thank you.
The Dodgers, can't forget about Richard. The Dodgers are working on an extension for Clayton Kershaw in which they want him to be a Dodger for life. So after this season, he's set to become a free agent. Dodgers should give everything for him.
Yeah, definitely. Pay him
He
what
should give a
wants.
king's ransom.
He is the Dodgers. Without him, they are not good. So
He's the Dodgers now.
Let's see. As things current stand, Kershaw has another 2 years, $65 million left in to cash on his current 7-year deal, which was $215 million, which he signed back in 2014.
which was a lot of money then.
That was the high. That was the
And
highest.
he'll probably
yeah.
get double if they re-sign him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more than likely that he is going to
Gonna
opt
opt
out.
out.
Because he likes money.
I would say, though, just to play devil's advocate, like, if I was the Dodgers, I would be kind of wary of giving him an extremely long-term
Also,
deal.
there's this trend
'Cause
going
he's been-
around
'cause he's-
where
he-
they don't want to pay anyone.
Yeah,
in the
that
MLB.
too. I think the Dodgers, they know and they respect Kershaw,
Yeah.
so they won't have that problem with
And
him.
I think the thing with Kershaw is, if the Dodgers don't give him money, someone will give him
He'll
money.
go back to Texas.
Whereas with
if they
Arrieta,
do.
it's like, well,
Someone wants Kershaw.
yeah. I think people
everyone
want Arrieta. They just don't want to give him what he wants.
Arrieta I think is scaring away teams because there's only 2 teams that are in on him: the Nationals and the Phillies. And if the Nationals get Jake Arrieta,
They'll still not go anywhere.
They might beat the Dodgers, but
They're
they
gonna
might
do what
not
the Raptors are gonna do in the playoffs.
Yeah, if you look at that, if they sign Arrieta, they have what's his name? Scherzer, Strasburg, Arrieta, Tyson Ross's younger brother, who's not that Joe Ross. And who else? Who's that fifth guy?
I'm
Roark?
forgetting. Do they still have Gio Gonzalez?
I thought
Gio
it was
Gonzalez,
Gio Gonzalez.
yes.
Yeah. I don't know if he's still there though, actually. But
Yeah,
But-
no, he's there.
What I was saying about Kershaw is I think he turns 30 this year. And
Yeah.
He has a lot of mileage
Turns
on
30?
him, especially when Don Mattingly was manager and just pitched him into the ground. And I would just that
Don
with the
Mattingly's
back
the
injury
manager of
last
the
year, I'd be a
Marlins.
little cautious
That's
giving
what
him
I'm
more
saying.
than like 5 years. But
And I'm gonna be honest with you here. If the Dodgers win the World Series this year, Kershaw should retire.
you're dumb. No,
I'm
thank you.
just putting that out there.
Why retire when
he's
you
not
can just
wrong
get
in a
more
way
money?
because he's
I'm
won
not-
everything there is to
Thank
win.
you.
at that
I'm not.
I get
wrong.
what you're saying about his legacy, but it doesn't make it financially. It just doesn't make
Like
any
I could
sense.
pitch for 5 more years and get a lot more money.
I think he'll pitch till about 35.
Yeah.
He's gonna retire early, but I think he'll still have a couple more years in him.
He could just do a Jared Weaver and pitch till his fastball's 82 miles an hour.
Play forever, like Brett Favre.
His changeup might have been faster than his fastball.
Have you guys ever seen that Daniel Tosh stand up when he's talking about Brett Favre?
No.
He's like, everyone used to make fun of Brett Favre because he wanted to play so long. But if you look at him, people were looking at him saying, well, you could play for 2 more years and get $5 million. At the time was a lot of money. And he's like, well, yep, I'm going to play for 2 more years. I'm like, well, you could be a backup and you still get $1 million or $2.
Yeah.
And he's like, well,
I'll be
yeah,
a
you know, I'm going to do that for a little while. Then, you know, he could be on the practice squad, still get a couple $100,000 a year. Well, yep, gonna play forever. It's pretty funny. You should watch it. He tells a joke better than I do, but it's pretty funny. Sorry, Sorry, Taylor. You look mad at me.
Stop squeaking the mic.
We need some
not mad at
WD-40.
you.
Sorry.
Checking around some scores around the league, the Dodgers are down 1-0 to the Indians in the 4th inning. The Astros are beating the Marlins 5-2. Phillies up 4-2 over the Twins in the 9th inning, and guys want to keep an eye on Rhys Hoskins. He had a 6-pitch at bat and ended it with his 2nd home run of spring training. He
Rhys
had 18
Hoskins-
home runs in 50 games as a rookie.
That guy is going to lead the Phillies to what they used to be.
The
Back
08
in-
Phillies.
Don't talk about the 08 Phillies.
We won't talk about. Oh, hello.
I hate
Got a notification.
2008, the year.
The Angels up 3-0 against the Reds. Tim Ohtani, 8 strikeouts
I
against
know.
12 batters. He's looking pretty
bad.
good.
I mean, he's only 23, so he's still going to be a work in progress, but it was good to see.
0 for 2 hitting today, I should
I
say.
have to give Tim Strong a bottle of Hennessy if they have a better record than the Rays.
It's not called Hennessy.
And I got to go to the liquor store.
You guys
Called
gonna
Henny.
you guys gonna share that Henny?
Yeah, sure.
Disrespect.
Yeah.
The disrespect.
Put some respect on my
But
name.
he has to give me a bottle if the Rays have a better record.
Bottle of.
I'm not going to say it. I
A
don't want
bottle
to say
of-
Henny.
There you go.
Whatever.
0
See it
for
now.
2 today
Well
hitting
done to you.
and the DH spot.
Is
Honestly,
Justin
I'm not
Verlander
really
still
worried about
Yeah.
his hitting. As long as he pitches fine, that's what the Angels
The
really
thing is,
need.
the weird thing for me is like he's so wasted in the AL. Because like if you want him to hit, then he has to DH, and that's someone who's actually a hitter that isn't hitting.
But I think with him too, he wanted to pitch.
I know.
So even in the NL, I don't think many teams would have pitched him and then turned around and played him in the outfield.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like on days he pitches, he gets the hit.
Yeah.
Still, whereas on the Angels, you have to use a DH slot on him.
Also for the Angels, Andrew
true.
Heaney and Garrett Richards also back and healthy. Heaney so far 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit. Looking pretty good.
They should be better. They were on their 3rd string pitching staff last
And
year.
Yeah, I
was
Still
gonna say,
almost
if
made
they
the
don't get
playoffs.
hurt.
And they almost made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, but the NL West is trash aside from Houston.
The AL West.
Well, that's,
Yeah, sorry.
they'll make the wild card, I think.
Yeah, I know you said that, and I don't think they are.
I
think-
honestly think there's going to be 2 100-win teams in the AL East, and then one of them is
Yeah.
going to be a wild card.
I think
That's pretty crazy, but it's probably gonna happen.
either a third AL East team will be the wild card, or the Twins will be a wild card.
I
before
think the Angels got better than the Twins this offseason, personally.
We'll see.
We'll see.
The Angels have a worse track record as far as getting hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
So they do have Mike Trout though. We haven't
They
talked
do
about
have
Mike Trout
Mike
yet.
Trout.
Mike Trout's really good at baseball.
Mike Trout, the best player in baseball.
That's because I'm not in the league yet. I'm getting them.
Do you? Tanner, I think you told me that you didn't think Mike Trout was the best player in baseball.
No, I did not.
Okay, someone told me that though.
I did not. I promise you, it was not me.
We should all go to the batting cages.
No,
I'm
thank
so
you.
bad. I went with a coworker, and it was a girl, and she did way better than me, and I was pretending like I was not pissed about it.
You were
probably
pissed.
played
I'm ready
softball.
to
She
play
did.
baseball again. I
She
like to play
did,
men's
but it
softball.
was
Yeah,
still-
let's join a
I did
league.
so
Do they have
bad.
leagues out here?
Yeah,
Ugh.
there's a league out here in Santa
do it.
Cruz.
I'd rather play rec basketball league.
Oh, I'm down with
Oh,
that. No,
bro,
I'm not-
I'll
no,
lay
let's-
up all
let's-
day.
Let's play at the LA Fit Association.
Yeah.
If you go to Los Angeles, if you go to LA Fit, some of those guys take those games
Oh, yeah.
as if they're playing in the NBA Finals.
That's just pick up basketball anywhere in the gym. It's all the people that played in high school or played in college at some point that just it didn't really go somewhere, but they didn't go because they got hurt or
They're too
'cause
short.
The coach didn't like them or they were too short.
It's like, relax, dude. Like, I know I double dribbled, but you're still trash.
It's like, dude, seriously, can we stop pausing every 5 minutes? Because I'm here for some cardio and I'm not getting enough.
yeah, that's why, like, when I go to the gym, I'm like, people are like, hey, you want to run? Like, nah.
I play basketball. But
I'm
I'd
just here
rather
to
just
shoot.
walk or something.
I'll run around myself, thank you. But
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
are too much.
Do they have those guys that just call fouls all the time?
Always, dude.
yeah,
Always.
Yeah.
That doesn't go away.
Hey, no, man, shoot for it. Well, but it was a foul, right? Like you agree with me it's a foul? Yeah, but shoot for it. No, I'm just going to call my foul, and we're going to keep the ball if that's fine with you.
God, people, man.
Yeah, basketball league would be easier for us because there's less positions than baseball. But I like playing baseball more.
Who wants to be the sixth man? Because there's 6 of us here. So who wants to be?
I like to sit down, so
There you have it.
All right.
Richard, it's time
Ooh.
for the spread.
All right, let's do this, boys. Today, March 5th, if my laptop is fucking still alive. 2018. Let's get it. All right, first on the list. In 1963, the hula hoop was invented.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Hey, it was patent, right?
Yeah, first marketed by Whammo in 58, patented by the company's co-founder, Arthur Spud Mellon.
I think you mean whammo.
Yeah, okay.
Whammo!
Have you seen Anchorman?
25 million
Whammy.
hula hoops were sold in its first 4 months.
That's it?
25 million?
Oh, I thought you said 25. I didn't hear
In its
the
first
million.
4 months?
First 4
That's
months.
insane back
That's
then.
nuts.
How many hippies were
Back in the
birthed?
day, also, like, think about it. Like, what else was there to do in the 60s for a kid?
Oh, shit.
The hula hoop was
board
all
games.
the rage.
You were playing you were playing sports, you were kicking a rock, or you were
Connect
hula hooping.
4. Yeah, all right, cool. We're going to go back, way back in 1770, March 5th, which is today.
America was 4.
Yeah. A mob of angry colonists
was not even
gather
Never
at the
mind.
customs house in Boston and begin tossing snowballs and rocks at lone British soldiers, which
Yeah.
pretty much started off the Boston Massacre.
Oh, that was today? Oh, damn.
Yep.
You know, the Boston Massacre wasn't actually that bad.
Yeah, there was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
people that
It was just, like,
Propaganda.
it's just the whole They'll Tell Two Friends.
I like how I said
know.
America was 4, but I was thinking 1767
That's
when
funny.
it was 1776.
Another random thought thing here. 1971, "Stairway to Heaven" by Led Zeppelin they had their first live performance in Ulster Hall, Belfast.
Nice. I love that song.
Nice.
It's a good song.
It's a little long for my taste, but it's really
It's a
good.
classic
It
jam.
is. It is a classic jam, but unfortunately the radio has killed it.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't listen to radio anymore.
Even if I hear it on the radio, I still jam out to it.
yeah. 1974, Eva Mendes was born.
Hey.
American
pretty.
actress.
Too thick.
She pretty.
She's also an accomplished actress, guys.
In Too Fast, Too Furious. Yeah, you guys.
Yep.
Don't forget Training Day.
And
right?
Training Day.
The other
yeah.
guys?
The other guys.
Forget that one.
Oh, gosh.
She also has a.
My wife is average.
I fucking
Hi,
love
All
Sheila.
those runs.
Hi, Sheila. My manager's name is Sheila, and I do that every single day. She gets so mad.
She has a clothing line too. I seen it like at the mall.
And, all right, last but not least, last fact of the day for the spread. 1910, Momofuku Ando was born.
Bless you.
And he was the creator of the instant noodles.
Oh,
Wow.
Most famous product being, of course, the cup noodle, which was made in September 18th, 1971.
Richard,
God bless him.
that's the last thing on the spread.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you want to talk about.
Should
2 years ago,
What happened 2 years ago?
my boy Nate Diaz.
Oh,
yeah.
Woo!
Nate Diaz.
Nate
Nate
Diaz
Diaz, one of the biggest upsets
yeah,
in MMA history.
beats Conor McGregor.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
I fucking love him. God damn it. To be fair, they're both great fighters, and yeah, fuck, man.
Diaz was robbed in the second fight.
Okay, well that's for another day.
That's
Anyway,
for another day.
spread has been spread.
Thank you, Richard.
All right,
Let's move on to some bracketology really quick.
bracketology.
Last four in, first four out, according to Joe Lenardi in his new bracket. Last four in include Texas, SC, UCLA, and Alabama. UCLA had their way with SC the other night.
That sounds like good football bracket to me. Like college football playoffs.
Oh, yeah. First four out, Louisville, Marquette, Oklahoma State, and Notre Dame. And then also, it is championship week. A few tickets have been punched, including the Atlantic Sun Division, Lipscomb Bisons. They finished 23-9 on the year. This is their first ever tournament appearance.
I'm rooting for them just because of that.
They had a 108-96 win over Florida Gulf Coast, a.k.a. Dunk City.
Dunk City.
So congrats to them. Ticket punched. Who else?
Michigan's in.
Michigan's in, yep. This is their 28th tournament appearance. In the Big South, Radford Highlanders with a 55-52 win over Liberty. This is their third appearance, first since 2009. So a lot more is going on, including, the ACC starts tomorrow. That tournament starts tomorrow. Duke won last year.
So who's in that?
Virginia, Duke,
Virginia, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
We're missing one. Miami.
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 Miami's not
Virginia
as good as
Tech.
basketball. Virginia Tech.
I have the
I
bracket.
feel like we're missing a really obvious one.
Yeah, we are. I can't.
We
think
got
of it.
Duke in North
Yeah.
Carolina.
Florida State,
Florida State.
Pitt, Wake Forest. We said UNC, Clemson.
Clemson.
Syracuse.
Is NC State in there?
No, Syracuse isn't even in there. Oh, I'm just kidding. Syracuse is in there. Where? Oh, I missed it. My bad. And Wake Forest.
Reading's hard.
I can't
It's okay.
see sometimes. Okay.
Some people can't read. Some people can't do math. You know.
Floyd.
I can do math.
Whoa.
Math.
Whoa.
Math.
You
Yeah,
know
I
in
can't do
Europe they
math.
call it maths.
Quick
Math.
maths.
Quick math.
Yeah.
Math salts.
Like mathematics is what they. Math salts. Jesus, dude. All right.
I like drugs.
All right.
I'm actually kind of interested in the Pac-12 tournament though, because I think for UCLA and probably USC for that matter to get in, they're probably gonna have to win at least a couple games
yeah.
to secure their tournament
Who's the
position.
best in the Pac-12? It's
Arizona.
Washington.
Arizona.
State's good too.
That tournament starts March 7th and goes to the 10th.
So that would be Wednesday. That's when it
Wednesday.
starts.
Oregon.
Oregon. I know. I
Here-
don't think the Pac-12 has honestly been that strong outside of Arizona this year.
Well, Arizona State was on a tear for.
And then
But I think
the
they kinda
Arizona
fell
State
off
Arizona
after
State wet
that.
the bed completely.
Yeah.
So here's how the bracket stands so far. Arizona has the bye. UCLA has a bye. USC has a bye. Utah has a bye because that's first through four. Arizona State will play Colorado, and Colorado's a sneaky team.
Yeah.
Cal is playing Stanford.
Those sneaky Buffaloes.
Them sneaky buffs. Oregon State will play Washington, and Washington was expected to be in the tournament. Washington State will play Oregon, and Oregon, they're next. They have a guy coming in, Manute Bull's son, Bull, 7-footer. He's going to Oregon. He's going to restore that legacy.
Yeah, so the Pac-12 standings right now, it's Arizona obviously in first. USC's actually in second because they finished with a better conference record than Stanford and UCLA. So, yeah,
That's going to be a good tournament.
Pac-12 is interesting, always.
It's
Every
going to be a
sport.
it's going to be a very important tournament for teams who are trying to make the playoff or trying to make the tournament.
And we're also going to have when March Madness comes around, when the brackets are fully out, we are going to have an episode solely dedicated to our brackets.
So, Nobody do a bracket till then.
Got it.
Everybody, nobody do a bracket.
Everybody,
Nobody.
And if you want
Are
to
you
win,
done or are you finished?
if you want to win, then if you're listening, you should wait until I do my bracket because I'm going to win. Because I always win.
No.
Allegedly. Allegedly, he always wins.
Okay.
Oh, we got a special guest in the studio. I want everybody to give a warm welcome to Ron Entrikin.
Hey guys,
Hey, Dad.
are we ready for March Madness?
So we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We were excited.
Who's going to be the first out? Everybody wants to know who's going to win. Who's going to be the first out?
Louisville.
Your
What,
first
team
4 out.
65 and 66 or whatever the heck it is? No. What do they do? This play-in, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
there's first 4 in, first 4 out tournament.
When's the list come out next week?
Yes,
Yeah,
because the
next-
tournament's
Yeah.
on the 14th. It starts.
Well, yeah, this
So it
is
comes
this
out
last week,
next
right?
Tuesday or something,
I
right?
think so.
A lot of the tournaments end, give or take, the middle of next week.
Wow.
It's March.
I thought USC was going to come and start playing ball, but man,
Well,
they're up and down.
they'll probably play in that tournament to get in.
Well, they'll get in, but they
Yeah.
won't play well. And
They
the-
almost went to the Sweet 16 last year.
Yeah, they
Almost.
did.
They
SC?
barely lost.
SC?
Yeah. They barely
almost
lost in
counts
the
in
run.
horseshoes.
Well, you know what, Ron? You don't have to be negative.
I
Yeah,
could see
know.
Kansas being the first seed, the first number 1 seed that goes out.
Really?
So are we gonna talk NASCAR?
To be honest, Ron, I don't have my Bud Light with me today, so I don't think I can talk NASCAR.
Well, you may want to think about it because NASCAR now is not fielding 40 teams. They
That's
only
right.
fielded 37 teams this last weekend.
Yeah.
They used to be 43.
Is NASCAR dead?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's a dying sport.
I do
slowly.
too.
What
They're
was-
not-
Even look
what
at
was
the
once,
attendance at a lot of the races nowadays. They're half-empty stands when they used to be packed. If you watch
20 years
races
ago.
back in 2001,
'cause
something like that.
Jeff Gordon retired.
There's no,
Earnhardt retired too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no Earnhardt Senior.
Tony
or
Stewart
Junior.
retired.
Tony Stewart retired a long time ago. Johnson's on his way out.
Plus,
They
most
don't do a good job at promoting their young drivers that are actually probably
Yeah.
good racers, but
It's
I-
a
I
dying
my
sport.
thing with NASCAR.
I just think to see a juggernaut like that in terms of money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Basketball is
but
just
you-
more fun now.
I think
basketball is always, especially college basketball, has always been more fun.
I
Yeah.
think it's because in most states, like, you're not supposed to marry your sister.
Dude.
So,
You
like,
could-
there's not as much of a fan base because they don't
And we're going to commercial.
They don't
break.
Jesus,
reproduce.
dude.
They don't reproduce anymore, so there's not as much fans.
Tanner
in the
does not
stands.
represent.
This is a false representation.
I'm editing that out.
Why would you edit that out? That's gold.
Yeah, but
A
we're-
lawsuit or something.
It's gold, but we don't live in Tennessee.
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
Oh.
I don't think it's Tennessee that they're marrying it.
Stop.
Stop.
Everywhere.
Keeps going.
Woo. Okay.
But in the Sweet 16, you guys probably have your picks, right?
We
No.
not yet. No.
We're gonna-
No,
save
we're
that
gonna
next
do it
week.
on the show next week. You want to
Yeah.
come?
You're gonna
No.
come? No, you want to come do a bracket?
He'll just pick
I
Nebraska
only
and
know
cry.
3 teams that are worth
Nebraska,
beating. Nebraska, yeah, right.
USC, and UCLA. Is that the three?
Yeah.
Just
Oh, we-
pick Duke. And
more illustrious guests.
yeah.
All right.
Seats taken.
Have a fun show, folks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Ron Entrigan, everybody. I told you, Bread and Butter has nothing but illustrious guests.
Yeah.
Whether
And Tanner.
whether it's planned or not planned.
Wanted or not
Can't
wanted.
believe you said the
People
sister
just see
thing,
us-
dude.
yeah.
Like out loud.
Okay, sometimes like we're talking about NASCAR, and I was over NASCAR, so I just
Like
next.
the Bud Light thing was also like borderline.
That was funny.
It was
I
funny,
like
but,
that. That was a funny
Sometimes
joke.
when you get on
Dude,
to
I drank Bud
NASCAR
Light. It's not that bad.
in motocross, you gotta get the shock value in there so that people just want to
dude.
change the subject.
I can't.
Did he leave?
I'm shocked. You
Did he leave?
succeeded.
Did he leave?
He did leave.
He's not in the room anymore.
Next.
So my mic just fell out of the socket. Oh my
Alright,
gosh,
you're
I'm gonna
trying
hold
to-
it.
you're trying
But
to-
anyway, that's gonna conclude it for Bread and Butter. What is this? 28?
28.
28. I wanted to say 29.
28,
but I didn't want to be
28,
wrong.
28.
28. Gang.
In 1 week, we hit our dirty 30.
Our dirty 30. You know what that means?
Top
Taylor
30,
Enz
number
is gonna
30s.
make his top 10 number 30.
Damn, dude.
In the meanwhile, we will see you guys Wednesday afternoon. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Facebook, Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter,
Fine.
Vine too. Vine too, everybody. Instagram, you know the deal. Everybody knows the deal. What's up? Tim Strong, Tanner Nava,
Add me on
Taylor
MySpace.
Enns, Sam Delgado, Richard Indall. I'm Zach River. We're hoping everybody has a fun and beautiful Monday afternoon. We'll see you on Wednesday. Thank
Shaq Griffin
you,
really fast
baby.
for you. Peace out. Later.